What's up, y'all? Another episode of the Weekend High Podcast. Back at you again. Your man, KZL. Your man, Big Swag. Big Swag in the house. What's going on, my guy?
Not much, man. Winning.
For sure.
Minding my
Winning
mental
and grit.
health, not pretending.
Had to get my coffee in, y'all. Yeah, man, a lot of things going on in the news. I want to get to one that was really popping this week as well. Your man Buster Rhymes. Row, like a dungeon dragon. Your boy. He is back in the news. He was on the BET Awards crying and shit. No, I'm playing. Buster was in the news. He got his lifetime.
Like Shannon Sharp right there.
Yeah, you looking like Shannon there, Uncle Shannon in that mug. Spliff Star was there with him, his boy, to be on, his hype man.
Hey, Spliff might be the world's greatest hype man. He might be the GOAT hype man.
I still gotta give it to Flav, man. I still gotta give it to Flav. Flav the GOAT, man. Flav is the GOAT because Flav, you had Flavor of Love, you had, he flipped it into so much stuff.
Oh yeah, he did give himself some cash straight, did
but I'm gonna give Spliff 2 though. I'm gonna give him number 2. I'm gonna give him 2. Him 2. He definitely top 5. I'm gonna give him 2 though. But I still gotta give Flavor Flav the GOAT hype man award. Spliff might be. What's my man from Digital Underground? Money B. He might be 3. Damn, who else? There's a couple other ones that I can't think of right now, but I know at least them 3: Flavor Flav, Spliff Star, Money B from Digital Underground, great hype men. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But Buster, once again, because Buster been making all kind of crazy statements.
Gave him a little bit of a hard on right there.
Yeah, man. Ever since the pandemic, Buster has been going hard on his Jamaican lineage shit. And I ain't mad at that. That's okay.
He
but
probably just found out that he got Islander blood, 23andMe or some shit,
No, he been known. His people been Jamaican and doing like his father and all that kind of stuff, I believe. He been known. He just wasn't pushing that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't pushed. See, it really wasn't pushed like that because it was all under the umbrella, you black. You know what I'm saying? As far as here, or I don't know, maybe he was just, what I'm saying, he was confining to, the foundational Black Americans that's here, our art form, hip hop, because he tried to say they came from Jamaica. We know that's not true, because even Bob Marley, the great Bob Marley, said his musical influences was from America, was Motown. Bob Marley. Yeah, Bob Marley said they would play nothing but Motown, the Temptations, most of the Temptations, Four Tops, things like. He said Bob Marley was saying that in Jamaica they was listening to Motown. They wasn't listening to that was his influence. You know what I'm saying? So if Bob Marley's influence was Motown, then how could hip hop's origin be Jamaican? You get what I'm saying? It makes no sense because it just doesn't. I'm not trying to hate on our Jamaican brothers and sisters. I got love Jamaica. Big up Jamaica. I love that's my favorite place to vacation. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love the island. I love the people there. I love the food. You know what I'm saying? I get my eat on when I'm there, get my smoke on when I'm there. I love their flour there. I like Jamaica. I love Jamaica. I love the drinks. Yeah, man. Because I got love for it. I got love and respect for their culture and everything like that. But
I've never been, man. That's on my to-do list, though.
You got to go, yeah, man. But the thing about it is, I can't. We can't let Buster lie. You can't lie. That's like me going to Jamaica and saying, I invented reggae.
It's like jerk chicken started out in the Bronx.
Right. Exactly, man. Like, they try to, it's like, just try to make up stuff. Even Fat Joe, now he trying to say, he was trying to say Puerto Ricans 50-50 and hit. No, y'all wasn't, even because this is from the people who was living back then that said, no, they wasn't around like that.
Well,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm talking about
Even Crazy Legs was saying that, and he
right.
from way before Fat Joe.
Yeah, and Cool Herc, he's Jamaican, but he said in the park he wasn't playing reggae records. He was playing the shit from here.
Yeah.
So then, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they try, because even him, they always bring up Cool Herc, but the Cool Herc even said in a documentary I saw that in the park he tried to play reggae music and people didn't like it. They wouldn't dance to it or something like that, to that effect. I'm paraphrasing, y'all. So what he did was he put back on the Motown sound, the Philly sound, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of music, the soul music of that era, you know what I'm saying, that's what people was dancing to. Even if you want to even go by, another reason you can't say Jamaica invented hip hop is because if you look at hip hop, one of the biggest things of hip hop music is sampling. If you look at sampling, you don't see a lot of sampling of Jamaican music. You see James Brown, the number one sample, James Brown. You see Jackie Wilson's. You see all these soul singers they would sample. James Brown was bringing the funk. He was really doing hip hop.
Yeah.
And also he was rapping. James Brown was rapping back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like even before James Brown, remember you had the Jubileers. You know what I'm saying? The Jubileers was rapping. They was rapping on record. Like I'm talking about in a cadence that even today it could be going. They like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Hey, I'm
you
telling
could do
you,
a
yeah,
mashup. You could take
I got a
Jubileers lyrics
recording
and
that.
put them on the track today.
Hell yeah, I got a recording of a rap song that Louis Armstrong did back in 1940 something.
Pig Meat Markham. You know what I'm
Pig.
saying? Here come the judge. You know, so you can't. So that's why I don't be understanding how you gonna say that it came from that when there's all kind of historical data that suggests otherwise. Like I say, even the sampling. If it was invented in Jamaica, then we would have been sampling reggae music or Bob Marley. Not to say that hip hop hasn't done that, but I'm talking about that was at a later date. Early hip hop wasn't sampling no reggae music like.
Hell
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Look, it was a big deal, but when Run DMC did the hip hop and rock thing, you know what I'm saying, with Aerosmith.
Yeah, that walk
So
this way.
right, and that came later. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and then where does rock and roll come from? That comes from us.
Yeah, because reggae music was mostly covered more than it was sampled by far.
Exactly. Like that. Even when you I'm dropping stuff. Even when you go to Jamaica, like if you go to Jamaica, a lot of the bands there are cover bands. They do their version of the Temptations. They do their version of whatever American song you want. I'm telling you, them brothers can do it. Like if you say, "Do Bobby Brown my prerogative," boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? They gonna do my prerogative, my prerogative. You know what I'm saying? They gonna. I'm telling you, they gonna break that shit down with the steel drums and doing all that and boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? They cover a lot of music. So even Bob Marley in his documentary said that in Jamaica they couldn't get certain radio stations, and they would get one American channel, and all they would play was Motown. So if you getting all Motown, where do you,
that's the biggest influence right there.
The influence can't go reverse. I mean, so for that, I'm kind of disgusted with Buster. So I'm gonna show him you cry, Buster. You need to cry on that one, right? Like you doing there. He's wrong. Another lie. Another lie we got to address. I want your thoughts on this one. He said that he created the feature. He was the first artist to be featuring on other artists' records, and that's a lie, dude. Because I looked up Buster. Buster do go back.
You getting the hard R or Buster?
Right. Yeah, I'm giving him the hard R, Buster. So he said he was the first person to be featuring and doing, and that's not true. All in the Same Game came out before we even knew who Buster Rhymes was. All in the Same Game was a record that came out in 1990, and you had all the biggest West Coast artists, West Coast hip hop artists on the same record. So technically, that's a feature. Those are features. Those are us two getting together, doing a song together. That's a feature. You had a bunch of people on the same track. And even before that, you had records, Aerosmith and Run DMC. Technically, that would be a feature. You see what I'm saying? Because you got Run DMC featuring Aerosmith, or Aerosmith featuring Run DMC.
That would probably be the first feature, and that was 80s.
So right. So why are you trying to lie and say you created something? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you
little extra out of his moments?
like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the man. I like Buster Rhymes. I was an early Leaders of the New School follower. You know, I bought Leaders of the New School albums back in the day and everything. Real hip hop here, right here. But I'm saying that, like, dude, you ain't gotta. It's like this. Be proud of the work you did in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Nobody could take that away from you.
He's a lot to be proud of.
Right, be proud, but you don't have to sit up here and lie and say, look, you don't have to lionize yourself and say, I created features. Jamaica's created hip hop. You know, come on, dude. Stop lying, man. Just say we helped add to it. That's what you could say. Hey, look, we didn't create it. Respect to the Black Americans who made it, but like, you know, I'm happy to be a part of the people to help add to it. You see what I'm saying?
He could even go as far as to say he was one of the best features ever, because he was. You got Buster, Exhibit, Eminem was cold, Ludacris. They come in and blow your shit away on the feature.
Right. That's an arguable statement he can make. Like, hey, arguably, man, I feel like I'm one of the best features ever in hip hop. You can say something like that. That's
a totally legit argument, you know?
Right. But when you start bringing it to the diaspora and ethnicity, different cultural groups, saying you created something that you didn't create, and then they try to say, oh, well, we brought the sound systems to hip hop. Man, them dudes in the Bronx and New York, when you go watch those old documentaries, they was already doing, like, they act like we had Radio Shack wasn't big in the 80s, and Radio Shack in the 70s was huge. Look, dude, I bought my first mixer from Radio Shack. I had 2 turntables and a mixer in high school, man. I bought my first mixer from Radio Shack and my first sound system. So
get him Q.
Look, I'm just saying, brothers. I mean, to your knowledge too. I mean, let's just be honest. Let's be honest. To be fair, to your knowledge, do you think we didn't know about sound systems back then? Because
remember, I got an older brother that got me by 9-10 years. I seen it all early.
Me too. Look, my grandfather, rest in peace, Zeke Zellers, was a DJ, and he had tons. We got tons of records. Some of those records are worth a bunch of money. I want to say he got a catalog at least 1,500 to 2,000 records, or maybe more than that. 40, and not even including 45s. Yeah, vinyl albums. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about. Yeah. My grandfather was a DJ, so you know he had sound systems he took with him. It wasn't like nothing new. Like, oh my god, oh shit, a sound system. What the fuck is that? You know, like my father had sound systems, and he was in high school. It's like that was in the 70s. So hip hop started around 74, 73, or maybe before that actually. But let's just give it around that, or 72, you know, I know it's around
73,
73, 74, somewhere around there. My dad had sound systems, man. I'm telling you, he was a kid around that time. He wasn't even high school yet. He was like preteen, but he had sound systems, dude. So there's nothing. It's like, to me, it's like, you don't have to lie to make yourself or your group seem better than what it is. I give them props, man. I love reggae music. I love Super Cat. I love Mad Lion, and you know, all those dudes that was flowing, and I like the little Super Cat and Biggie joint. You know, Biggie's from Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? I love Biggie. You know what I'm saying? So, but one thing about it was, it's like you don't have to. It's just like you ain't got a lot to kick it, man. Just like, hey, look, you know, we didn't make it up. We made help make a good contribution to the culture, and they, you know what I'm saying, and that should be the end of it. But you know, all this, we created hip hop, and we like, come on, stop it. But yeah, so what's your thoughts? What's your final thoughts on why do you think that Buster started doing that? Just started pushing his throwing his flag out there like that?
Man, my grandma used to have a saying. Sometimes people say shit just for the sake of having a mouth. Sometimes they just talk when silence or just humbleness is a perfectly valid reaction. He just
Yeah.
got carried away. Probably he can't
Yeah,
believe
man.
that because it ain't true.
Yeah, man. Because he wasn't act like you said. He wasn't acting like that in the past. When he was in higher learning, he was all for
Yeah.
just being a brother. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's like, oh man, no, But let us know your thoughts, man. Put the comments down below. Moving right along. Moving right along. Another interesting story that was in the media that was put out there was, um, oh yeah, oh let's go to a good story. Your girls was out here in the media. Your girls Beyonce and Kelly Rowland was out here. They building some things. They building some things out there in Houston. Some affordable housing. Look like they try to give back to the community and
Giving
everything.
it up.
And yeah, man. So Kelly Rowland and Beyonce, started this affordable housing push in Houston, Texas. So they building out there, and they want to directly benefit some of the city's homeless population. They say. Um, they also said that they asking for approval of 7.2 million in American Rescue Plan funding for the Knowles Rolling House project. Uh, so they also, try to get some government benefits in too. And they also want to reduce homelessness. So what are your thoughts on homelessness? Is a big deal. I think it's a bigger deal than people want to let on nowadays. Because you're seeing more and more homeless people now than you ever have. And these ain't just down and out, burnt out people who ain't trying to get better in life. These are people who was engineers, doctors, lawyers. A lot of them in California because that's the highest state to live in, and Texas too. Texas is one of the higher states to live in, more affordable than California, but still high state to live in. Um, you got all this inflation going on. We already at the bottom with the wealth gap and everything. So now this is hitting our community really hard and whatnot. So what are your thoughts on? Um, Now they didn't say. Now notice an article because I always point this stuff out. They didn't say for Black Americans, excuse me, or for our particular community. It said homeless people, but I am all for helping all kind of homeless people. But definitely, I'm more so. Uh, I'm gonna be in the line first for my people to be helped that's homeless. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because every group got to go for theirs. Every group got, you know what I'm saying? So I'm I had nothing against no other groups. I want to help everybody, but I'm definitely going to put on the cape for my people for first, especially if you got Kelly and Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get funds to help. So hopefully I want that to go to our people. But what are your thoughts on the homeless situation and the inflation now that's going on?
Well, man, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy that Beyonce and Kelly both, giving back because number one is the right thing to do. But Beyonce being so high and looked at in a regal capacity is real good for her to get feet on the ground, grassroots, and really get out there and touch the people before she
Yeah.
starts becoming a villain. But yeah, man, that and I have seen a spike
Right,
in
right.
homelessness, and even here in Indiana. I mean, it's a little warmer out now, so people can stay out longer, and not have to go home to their wife or whatever the situation they not particularly running from, but being a also with mental health kicking up, that has a lot to do with it too, because a lot of people can't operate in mainstream America, like working and stuff. But man, it's tough to see. But yeah,
Yeah.
like when you go to a big city and you really see a homeless community like a shanty town or something like that, it really is home, man. But definitely look out BB1, but then look out for the downtrodden as well.
Yeah, definitely. I
And
mean,
she
yeah,
like,
definitely. There you go. You said it first. You won. Yeah, because you know what? What'd you say?
I said Kelly was looking like Posh Spice.
Hell nah. She did have that outfit on, but you know, the reason I say push for the B1 first is because our people usually always get overlooked anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, they always put this group ahead of us, this group ahead of us, this group ahead of us. So basically, we can help all these
It's
other people
always
get our
another
B2.
qualifier, you know.
Right, and pushes us back. We get pushed back to the back of the line. You know what I'm saying? So, her and Kelly, they supposed to be building 31 units, 31 units, and I hope out of those 31 units, we at least get 80% of them. You know what I'm saying? Not to say those other people shouldn't get anything, but I'm saying 20%, that should be enough. But and divide that 20% up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying because a lot of the homeless population in Houston is saying that there are a lot of black folks. You know what I'm saying? So I want us to get 80 to 90, actually 80 to 90% of the units our people should be able to get. And I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, our people. Maybe 10% could go to other, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just saying other communities have more resources that they can go to, you know, because they got Habitat for Humanity, they got this, they got that, they got, you know what I'm saying, all these name brand organizations. And they do help black folks too. But I'm just saying, in those organizations, we get pushed back to the back of the line. These is two sisters, FBA sisters. So they supposed to represent, you know what I'm saying? You need to represent what, at least 80 to 90% for us. That's what I'm saying. If I was
but I do hope they take this show on the road because in all reality, I ain't trying to sound no kind of way, but there's a lot of worse places to be homeless than Houston, Texas.
Yeah, you ain't lying. What'd you say? They get what, at least
at least
10 months of good weather.
Yeah, come up in GI and Fort Wayne where niggas freeze every year.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I mean, I'm gonna be real. I'm sorry. I apologize for laughing. You know what? I ain't even laughing at it. You know what? That's true. Because I'm just being real. You're right. People be freezing, like they'll get in an abandoned house and freeze to death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, every year we lose some.
Yeah, man. But on the comedy side of the game, yeah, I know I can see that. I can see that too. On the comedy side of the game, yeah, it's like shit. You know, look, if I'm a Indiana homeless person, a Houston homeless person, they got shit to tell me. You know what I'm saying?
They out here playing.
Right. Exactly.
You think this a game?
Yeah, man. Now, speaking of the Midwest, we got to jump on a serious subject real quick, my guy. I know you heard about this incident where the brother out there in Chicago had stole on the sister, dead in her face 2 or 3 times. Then she called her son, 14-year-old son, in there with the you know what I'm saying, with the missile to go ahead and handle business and get him up off of moms and stuff. So the sister, remember the sister and the young man, her son, young brother, got arrested. Recently, there's been an update. The update is that all charges have been dropped for the mother and son, which I'm okay with, because remember when we covered the story before, we didn't have all the information, but just off of what we knew, we was like, damn, that's kind of wrong, man. You don't hit no female in the face like that. You know what I'm saying? Remember what we had? I remember when you talked about it. What we had the problem was not that she told her son to shoot the dude, but because we thought, remember some media outlets were putting out that he shot the dude, but then he turned around and shot the dude girlfriend too. Remember that?
Yeah.
They would say he shot the girlfriend because she.
I heard quickly that wasn't true though.
Right, that was right. So we found out later that was not true. Right. He didn't do nothing like that. This basically a clear case of self-defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I did hear afterward that he chased dude down and shot him again outside the restaurant, but the damage was already done. You know, I mean, I don't feel no.
Right, I'm hearing now that part of it was untrue too. That he didn't chase him back out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's
I was
good,
hearing.
man.
this is how they got it. The update was that, remember the mother was trying to stop the son from shooting the dude anymore or shooting the girl. Like, because remember they said the son was fighting over the gun, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't shoot him no more. But yeah, they were saying that wasn't true, that because that's how they were saying, oh, it wasn't self-defense because he chased the dude down. If you shoot somebody in the back, then it ain't self-defense. You know what I'm saying? If they're fleeing. If they coming at you and you shoot in the front, then you know what I'm saying, it's different. It is self-defense. But as you notice, most of the media outlets who was given like the false narratives, they weren't B1 media companies, I should say. So they really wasn't B1 media companies that was giving all these. So that's why me and you had a hard time really deciphering how we really felt about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, because I remember that we was like, on one hand, we felt it like, shoot, if you jump on my mother, yeah, I'm gonna shoot your ass. You know what I'm saying? We felt that. I mean, she got cold cocked 2 or 3 times in the face, man. Like he hit her like she was a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, it was like almost had me wonder if they had history. You know what I mean?
But, right, like that was it. Right, was that an ex? Because it felt personal, ain't it?
I know, like I saw the video, like where he was hitting her, and I know this is kind of off topic, but did you notice the big ass rat that was just freely running through that restaurant?
I didn't see that. I didn't see it at the bottom when he.
Watch it again. Yeah, he ran into the side of bro man.
I was concentrating on them hits.
Yeah, it was scandalous.
Damn. Well, let me give some of the viewers the background on this. A Chicago mother, let me give y'all the background of it. Some of y'all may not know. Chicago mother who was accused of telling her son to shoot a man at a fast food restaurant is suing the city and arresting officers a day after murder charges against her and her son were dropped. So Carlicia Hood, 35, was held on $3 million bail after she was charged last week with first-degree murder and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. She was released Monday from Cook County Jail. Cook County State's Attorney Office said it was unable to meet our burden of proof and prosecution in this case. I've experienced pain in many ways that I would never have thought, she said about her arrest. What happened to me was totally unnecessary. Never in a million years would I have imagined being brutally attacked, beaten, and then being arrested. Hood alleges malicious prosecution, false arrest, and intentional infliction of emotional distress in her lawsuit against Cook County Circuit Court. The cell phone video posted on social media over the weekend shows the man yelling at Hood on June 18th to get your food before threatening to knock her out. He then punches Hood in the face and head several times. Prosecutors said Hood texted her 14-year-old son, who was outside the restaurant, to come inside. Jeremy Brown, 32, was shot in the back. Oh, he was shot in the back by the teen and then ran from the restaurant. So what happened was he shot him in the back of the restaurant, and then he ran from the restaurant. That's what happened. So he didn't shoot him while he was running. He ran after he got shot. And the boy shot him in the back because remember the angle he was at, when you came through the restaurant when they shot him.
His back was pointing and he was attacking his mom. Where else?
Right. The dude's back was towards him. Right. That's what I'm in agreement with. Right. So he was pronounced dead on the scene. Dude was pronounced dead on the scene. And let's go back to that, man. I mean, I know damn well anybody, mama, man. If I know that was your mama or my mama. Yeah, we busted.
Oh man,
that's just it. Ain't even no question about it. Somebody got to get some. Somebody got to get a couple. You know what I'm saying? You hitting my mom dead in her face.
In the quick.
Yeah, you hitting my mother square in her face 7 times in the face. You gonna have to catch some. I mean, that's just the way it's got to be. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to hit her 7 times in the face, no matter what she did or didn't do. Even if my mama did something to you, you ain't hitting her my mother 7 times in the face. You know what I'm saying? That's not about to go down. You go catch something. So, and that could be fists, bullets, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, if I got to go to, there's going to be some repercussions. There's going to be some instant repercussions, and there's going to be there's going to be a whole bunch of earth moving. Put it that way. It's going to be side. You might feel like you thought it was an earthquake. Sidewalk will be cracked. Windows gonna be busted out. It's gonna be like some major damage. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame that little man for popping him. because you hitting your mom, my mama 7 in the face. But one other thing that was in the media and in the social media public court of opinion, I should say, was the fact that they were saying from our community, some people from our community were saying no brothers stepped up to help the sister. And that was all the brothers in my. They said I don't know. I didn't really see the line, but they said the brothers in line who was just sitting there filming with their phone instead of jumping up and saying, "Hey, man," or doing like Q. Hey, that's a female. Remember Friday? That's a female. Come on, Debo, that's a female. That's what that's how you're supposed to be. So if I was in that line, I thought to myself, man, if I was in that line, what would I have did? Now, I know me. I probably would have said, I would have been like, hey, bro, hey, man, you ain't got to hit, hey, man, don't hit that woman like that, bro. Come on, man, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Chill out, bro. Chill out. And then I would have said, that's a female, man. Yeah, and if he would have said something to me like, "But I hit you," right? If he would have been like, "Okay, well, I hit you," I would have like, "Shit, hit a man," and be like, "Well, I hit you. I'd have 2-piece this fucking ass up." You know what I'm saying? I would have gave him cold. He'd got 2-piece biscuit, coleslaw.
That little ass nigga wouldn't have won none. That's why he found a woman to fucking hit. He was frustrated.
Exactly.
And having a rat crawl around his foot at the restaurant, I'm sure wasn't no morale building.
He said a rat crawl. He said rat crawl.
Hey, you gotta watch that video again, nigga. That shit looked like a possum. It's like possum.
I got the video. I actually got the video here. I got the video here. We go. Let me see. Is it showing? Oh no, it ain't showing yet. Let me add it. Damn, man. Sorry, y'all. Having a little technical difficulties. So it's supposed to be added to the stream. Let me go to this. There we go. All right. So here we're gonna go ahead. Act like I don't want to play. Bear with me, y'all. 1 second here. Commercial. Hell nah.
Home is.
We're gonna pause the commercial. Let the commercial do its thing. Uh-oh. Let me do this. Let me go off of there. Let me bring us back. Let me add you back. Damn, it went craywire on me. Hold on 1 second, y'all.
Like channel
1
4,
second, guys. Yeah, it wanted to act a little funny and stuff. I guess I had too much stuff going on, but let me go ahead and go back to it. But yeah, man, that video right there, like, I mean, if you was a brother in line, man, you should have at least. I ain't saying you had to shoot the dude or involve yourself, get any of your charge, but you should at least have the balls enough to say something verbally and be like, "Hey, man, get off, man. Hey, bro, chill out, man."
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, just me, who I am. As soon as he said, "I'm a punch you in your face" or whatever he said, I was like, that woman ain't did nothing to get hit. You gotta hit somebody, bring that energy to me. I mean, I ain't no rah-rah type of guy, but ain't no little ass dude gonna punch no woman. You know what I mean? Because he's frustrated with life.
Right. Right, exactly. That you got to jump on. You got to jump on this woman, and all about get your. Even if she said something crazy to him, people. I didn't been around females or whatever. They say something crazy to you, but still, man, as a man, that's what makes you a man. You're supposed to be able to be in control of your emotions. You know what I'm saying? In those type of situations, and be like, well, even if she said something out the way, all right, okay, all right,
Yep, that's the very reason why we're telling this type of story, because he couldn't control his emotions. He got carried away, and then he got carried away.
Exactly. Here we go, y'all. I think I got it this time.
Oh, Oh, they got captions. Hey, get your food. Get your food.
Oh, we got. Look at that. You saw that brother leave. You saw that old brother leave. You see that? You saw him? I did.
Oh, you saw? Hey, you muted, bro. You muted. Hey, you muted.
Oh, my bad. I saw that brother with that black and mild in his mouth also. You know what I'm saying? That old brother with the gray
standing there. That nigga was scared.
Yeah, with the gray beard. When he hit him the second time, he hit the corner. But I'm just saying that I mean, he could have did it because he's like, I'm old, I can't do nothing against that young. But no, man, we gotta stand up, man. Sometimes you gotta be a man to stand up, man. Sometimes it ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be. You just got to stand up, man. You can't sit there as a man and be watching.
Sometimes you gotta make the hard. You gotta make the hard decision and put someone on the line for once. And when you do shit like that, you really putting someone on the line. But sometimes you just gotta ask yourself, when is it worth it? And that's one of them times. But it's easier said, after the fact. But
right, it's easier said than done. Right. And dude could have been. I mean, this is in Chicago, so he might have been feared. Dude, some people would have bought it like, man, he might got a gun on him. They might have thought he got a pistol.
Could have rang bells up in that bad boy, and that little kid was scared of him.
Right, but the thing is that when he did that as a man, you got to jump, man. I'm just saying, like, I ain't saying you had to beat the dude up. But you could easily be like, hey, man, I'm about to call the police, dude. Hey, man, don't, I wouldn't have did. I mean, honestly, man, it depends. I think, man,
I mean you could peacefully
I would have broke the shit up. I at least would have got in the middle of that shit and broke that shit up. But depending on my mood, I might have two-pieced him. I might have cold-cocked him. Like, when he hit her, had his face, like, when looking at me, I might have caught him and bow, knocked his ass out. You know what I'm saying? I might have had to catch him. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm there, especially if I'm there with, like, let's say me and you both was there, I'm whooping his ass.
Oh no! See, I would have more assertively intervened. I'd have said something to make him think about it, And then if he came my way, then I'll be ready for the smoke. But
that's what I'm saying.
Something that gave him time to think before he responded. From the first time when he said, "Order your food, get your food, lady," whatever he said after that. From that point, I'd have shot him my piece, and then if he went in on it, then I'd have had to fuck him and at least restrain him.
Right.
Right. There's some peaceful ways and assertive ways to keep shit from jumping off, but I would have at least verbally intervened at first.
The first thing is to defuse the situation, bring it down. You know what I'm saying? Cooler heads always go prevail. So, like you said, the best thing you could have been like, hey, bro, that's wrong. I would have told him, like, dude, what if that's? I'd have been like, man, what if that's your mother, your sister, your grandmama, dude? Chill out, man. You used to be hitting no damn.
If that's my family, nigga, he wouldn't have got none of that shit off.
Oh no! If that was a family, that's instant. You go. But I'm just saying, I would have told him, like, what if that's your What if that was your family, dude? You ain't supposed to be hitting no females like that, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? I would have came in like that.
All right, this woman ain't did nothing to deserve getting hit. Hit one of us,
man. Yeah, man. I mean, that's some sucker shit, man. For real, man. We, and I know sometimes it. Put it this way. The only probably appropriate time I say it'd be okay to hit a woman if it's a life or death situation, meaning a woman is trying to kill one of your kids, kill your spouse. She got a gun, a knife, something where it's life or death, and this woman can damn near take your kid out, take your family out. Then it's like, okay, I got to beat this bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? I got to take this bitch out. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only time I can see. Like, let's say a woman trying to attack your kid. Yeah, you got to, two-piece the shit out of her ass. You know what I'm saying? Or if she's trying to attack your elderly grandma, like, look, your elderly grandmother, she's trying to jump on your elderly grandmama or something like that. Yeah, two-piece her ass. You know what I'm saying? Or get her ass out the way. You know what I'm saying? You even got a two-piece her. You could bear hug her and just get her out the way. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm just saying double chicken wings, some shit.
Right, man. I'm just saying that outside of those extreme situations where you got to protect a family member from a woman. Because I've never been one of those ones when women fighting. I always think dudes should stay out of it. If it's women fighting, you feel me? Like, unless you coming in to break it up, like, I don't believe in dudes. Like, you know, you see them videos where like a dude's girl and another girl is fighting, and then you see her boyfriend come help and start fighting the girl. Like, that's bitch shit to me. You don't. Well, that's my girl. She fighting my girlfriend. Well, it's a one-on-one fight. Let them.
Yeah.
Break
Oh
them,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Break them up.
That shit
I don't believe in that. Yo, I'm gonna help her. Now, there was a video where this girl was getting jumped, and the dude started two-piecing all the other girls. What do you think about that situation? Your girl getting jumped by 6 girls. Your girl getting jumped by 6 girls. You gonna start two-piecing some? Like, you trying to break it up, but they ain't listening.
No, but hey, I'm strong enough and I'm big enough to restrain just about any woman in the world. So
yeah. I ain't gonna two-piece them. I'm like you. I'm gonna just get them out the way. I know how to get people out the way without two-piecing their ass. Now, if I'm trying to get you out the way and you start hitting me, then you might get an elbow. You might get an elbow. Just your ass out the way, girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, you know, let's say you get him out the way and then a girl pop, pop, pop. You like, what? Hey.
Hey. Yeah, I've caught a few paps like that before.
Yeah, I'm strong enough to take those punches. I mean, it's from a girl. I'm not gonna be knocked the fuck out. So I'm strong enough to take them blows, but I am gonna be like, put the arm guard on, down low, throw the ball down low, the post up arm guard on there. I am gonna put that on you, like, hey, get your ass, guide you around. Right, I'm gonna guide you out the way with this damn elbow. But yeah, man. I just think I'm happy for her. I hope that sister get all the money she's supposed to get.
Yeah. Now, this will spark an opportunity for her.
Now, the dude's family that got killed, they come out saying that's wrong, that they got the charges dropped and all that. So he was a good father. He's a good dad.
He might have been.
I can't tell, man. You out there beating up women.
He may have been. He might have had them fooled. But I think in the heat of the moment, I think he could control his passion.
Like, see, my thing was, I wasn't mad at him if he cussed her out, because, you know what I'm saying? He like, bitch, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's just
yeah. I mean, they was both wound up, you know, but in a moment like that, the duty is on a man to have the cooler head.
There you go. Manhood. That man shit. That's what society is missing, or our community a lot of times, that manhood shit. Sometimes, you know, because, you know, as I've been getting older in the last 10 years, I be seeing more and more videos of dudes jumping on women. You know how they had them fight videos? They was, oh, look at this dude, boom, and then he knocking the girl out.
Yeah. What about the NFL player that we featured earlier last season?
Right. But I'm talking about for the younger folks. You see a lot of these like TikTok videos with younger guys, young men beating up girls. And it's like, and I'm not just talking about I'm not just talking about our brothers in our community, because look at Kyle Rittenhouse. He had a video out there, him beating up a girl too. Shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just talking about our community. I'm just saying overall, as far as I see more dudes jumping on women now than I ever have. Or do you think it's the same, or you think it's just more visible now because we got cameras everywhere? That right there, the cameras.
Yep, it's just so much more visibility now. But you know, I mean, you see them cliques fighting in the mall parking lot. You got dudes windmilling with girls trying to fight. It's a different living space now. I will say that. So yeah, I mean, the people live different, and then people want to be the one to get the shit on camera. So everybody got their phones up, and ain't nobody intervening no more.
Nope, they try to get likes and clicks and money. They like, oh, I'm gonna go viral.
Clout, so, yeah, man.
Right, clout. You ain't lying. Speaking of clout, your girl is back in the news. Your boo, nigga. Your boo, Naomi, the model.
What's she pregnant?
53 years old.
She on the
Naomi
brat side
Campbell.
of the game.
Yeah, Naomi Campbell is they said she's welcome a baby boy at 53. How old? So what's your thoughts on having a baby at that late age? What are you down with having a newborn with your wife right now, man? What?
I mean, the Guinness Book of World Records.
You ain't even. I mean, you ain't 53,
it's
but
57. But I mean, we talk about somebody that's been set up on a little private pedestal shelf for a long time. Everybody can take it. It wouldn't be me starting over this late in the game, but good on her, man. Good for her.
hell no, man. 53.
Especially if she ain't got no kids.
You know,
with
she's a
that
mother
body.
too.
She looks like she might not have one before.
No, she got one. This is the second child.
No.
This is her second child.
So she got the income.
She's a mother of two.
Okay. Hey, good for her.
I mean,
man.
yeah, she got the paper. That ain't even a worry.
Hell yeah.
But a lot of people in the media, social media, is saying that she kind of hella old to be having kids this late in life.
And everybody giving the kudos to the brat. She got the brat by what, 3 years? Fuck all that. That's just somebody want to have somebody to say.
You said let her have her babies, man. Let her have her kids. Yeah, we need more. I'm okay with more black babies coming in the world. So, you know what I'm saying? Kudos to them. And, but yeah, that was trending on social media that, she was too old.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let me see.
I mean, why would they hate on her? That must be people in the modeling industry or something.
I mean, she don't look that bad for 53, man. Just looking at the picture, she don't look terrible.
Hey, I bet her looking pregnant would look a lot better than what the brat looking like, and the brat still look good and beautiful.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, you ain't lying. You is not lying, man. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Almost come winding down to the end, y'all. Your man. DT was in the media. Donald Trump was in the media this week. He was trending because he was saying that he is the only president who doesn't come from a slaveholder lineage. He said his people came after slavery was abolished and they never owned no slaves. He said even Obama, because on his white side they own slaves, which is true. Because he was raised by his white side, but they have a lineage of owning slaves. So he's saying basically he made the post on social media. They said it was in bad taste. He said black people remember, like when the polls come up, remember who don't, remember who to vote for, meaning I'm for you. So basically Donald Trump saying he's for black folks. He's saying my people ain't never owned slaves. We was never slave holders. I'm the only president in history that was never a slave owner. So he flexing on that. And he put it in big, how you type in capitals? He put in all capitals. Remember, he said, what he say? He said, remember when it comes to the polls, or remember, something about voting. I'm paraphrasing, y'all. Something about voting. But people were saying that was an ignorant statement. What's your thoughts on it?
It was probably in poor taste just knowing Donald Trump, but it is a fact. But like even twice a day, a broke clock is right twice. You know what I mean? So I mean, what can you really say? Yeah, his lineage ain't got no slave.
Yeah, man.
And can't no other president say that, even though Obama black ass. So it's But I mean, if you could legalize slavery right now, it would be legal. I'm sure. If the country would allow it to happen,
so he got in trouble because he reposted. Yeah. Well, like I said, look. If he go say he down with the reparations, then I'm voting for him. You know what I'm saying? Whoever put up to say, hey, reparations, I'm voting for you. That's what I'm weighing it on. You know what I'm saying? And if you, like I say, always look at, but I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm for whoever has the most policies that's going to benefit my people. That's probably who I will vote for. And neither one of them. Right, and if none of them have anything tangible, then I'm not going to do the vote for the lesser evil. I'm not going to exercise my vote, just like they do in Congress. That's why that's what a lot of people don't know.
Abstention. Yep, they
Abstain,
abstain.
abstain. Exactly. A lot of people be like, "Oh man, you got to do it for the ancestors." Well, the ancestors fought for your choice. They didn't fight for you to do it. They fought for you to have the choice of what you want to do. And abstaining is one of those things that you can do. It doesn't make you a bad person. I mean, that's like if somebody say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you two sandwiches. One is a shit sandwich with peanut butter and jelly. One is a shit sandwich with ham and cheese. Which one you want?" I'm gonna abstain for either both of the motherfuckers. I'm not gonna choose. let me get the shit in the peanut butter and jelly. That might taste better. No, I'm not gonna.
Say that might go down better with a jelly finish.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm abstain. I'm like, no, I don't want either one. But that's what's going on in the media right now. Last subject we got to do. Last two subjects. Your boy Travis Scott got off on the Astro World incident. So he ain't got to go to jail, or I guess he's beat the case on the Astro World incident that happened, like they believe last year, the concert.
Stampede.
Yeah, he beat that case. Surprisingly. Excuse me, yeah, I'm surprised it says he will not face criminal charges for Astro World tragedy. TMZ reported. They said that basically he ain't getting no criminal charge. He got a good ass lawyer, boy. And he won't face any wrongdoing for his involvement with Astro World Festival either.
I didn't really put the onus on him anyway. I would put on the venue owners.
Right, because he ain't the one like setting the shit up, and you know what I'm saying. He just performing. Like he don't fucking know. I'm sure he didn't want that to happen. Like I guarantee, if you ask him, "Hey, I want to have a stampede at my concert, or I want people to live," I'm sure he gonna choose the latter.
Because as soon as he seen something was wrong, he stopped the show, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. But like because at first he didn't stop it
right away.
He didn't notice it right away. That's what I say. At first, when it happened, it was in the back. He couldn't see. But then when I guess it made its way to the front, that's when like everything kind of, came to a halt. But yeah, Travis Scott beat those charges. Last but not least, it was a Christian school recently. Christian high school expelled student for rainbow birthday party. Cites a lifestyle violation. It says Kayla Kinney, a 15-year-old girl from Kentucky, was recently expelled from her private Christian high school because she dared to wear a rainbow shirt and pose in the front of a rainbow decorated cake for her birthday. According to Kayla's mom, Kimberly, the school claimed Kayla's actions were a lifestyle violation. Kayla was a freshman at Whitfield Academy in Louisville when she turned 15. For her birthday, she went out to dinner with her family. Her mom snapped a photo of the cake and posted it. She was happy and she looked beautiful. Of course, as a mom, I took the picture blowing the candles out. They didn't think anything of it. But the post was shared with Whitfield Academy, and just a few days later, they were informed Kayla had been expelled. They say due to a post on social media, they said I feel judged. She feels judged. Very devastating. The doctor wrote, Kayla's picture demonstrates a posture of morality and cultural acceptance contrary to that of Whitfield Academy beliefs. God forbid high schoolers learn cultural. This is what the article said. God forbid high school learns cultural acceptance. I don't. They overkill on that cultural acceptance shit. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where now a lot of people may disagree with me. I apologize, and I don't mean this. This is my understanding. I'm being totally not mean, or I believe everybody. I just don't think what you do in your bedroom is cultural. Like I haven't grasped the concept of. To me, it's like this: you have the right to be with who you want to be with. You got the right to love who you want to love. You have all of those rights that any other person has. You have the right to intimacy with whoever you want to have intimacy with in the privacy of your own home or dwelling, right? I don't feel I just don't feel it's another cultural, or I don't feel it. They making it another ethnic group. I don't feel that's another ethnic group because it's a lifestyle that you choose, or a lifestyle that you're choosing, which you can. That's nothing wrong with that. That's you have the ability, God, to do what you want to do. Over 18 years old as an adult, right? Well, let's say even 21 years old, you can be whoever you want to be. I don't feel that you have to. Put it this way, I don't like when they try to compare LGBTQ to black people, because you don't have to let people know.
As far as they roll in the struggle.
Yeah, because you don't have to let people know who you sleep with. When I come outside, this doesn't go anywhere. This skin I'm in, this shit don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
going
saying?
outside just
I
black.
can't hide this. I can't. That's outward. You know what I'm saying? So what you do in your bedroom, that's private unless you tell people. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you say, well, my wrist, like, however your posture, that don't have nothing to do with it. Your posture, whatever you like, what kind of clothes you wear. All I'm saying is who you choose to be with, that is your choice. But that's that's a private personal choice. That's a preference. My skin, this is not a preference. I didn't pick this. I can't hide this when I go outside. I can't put a whole bunch of clothes on and wear you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is you can be who you want to be and be who you are. I think everybody should be who they want to be, comfortable in their skin. Everybody got the right to be comfortable in their skin when they get up, especially when you get a certain age. But I'm saying that particular group, the whole thing about that particular group revolves around sex. Where other groups, such as other cultural groups, go by race, or or what they eat, or cultural, it's a cultural thing, meaning eating, drinking, food, language, right? Language. What you do in the bedroom, that has nothing to do with culture. That's right. That's your choice, as far as, like, me being with my woman or whoever and doing it to her in whatever position. That's not a cultural thing. That's not a cultural thing. Me doing somebody, what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody got their business. Sure enough, ain't mine.
Me rolling around in the grass or in the bushes with whoever, that don't have nothing to do with culture. That's sexual, what I'm saying, gratification, whatever. So that shouldn't be put ahead. I don't like that's you comparing sex to, that's put it this way. That's where I have the divide, where I go, but I'm agreement. Can you live how you want to live? Yeah. If you want to wear a dress and go around and you 21 years of age and you making your own money, you got every right. You put on that wig, put on that dress. That's what you want to do. Be my guest. I don't have a problem with it. But where I have a problem with is when you push that to children, when you give, try to over sexualize kids, because it is about sex. It's about it's your sexual preference. And I'm right. You shouldn't be ridiculed, or you shouldn't be put down or killed or anything for your sexual preference. I don't. Yeah, that's your choice. Everybody should have the right to make their choice. But I'm saying, I just go different, where when you like, oh, my 15-year-old wants to have a pride party. It's like, okay. Or my,
is it a pride party? Hey, was it a pride party? Was it a rainbow party? She looked like she just might like rainbow.
I don't see. That's what we get in there next. Yeah, so back to the case here. Back to the case. I got long with it. I apologize, y'all. Get me up in comments, I know.
He said he's gonna shoehorn that pernet.
It says, right. Basically, she was against the code of conduct of the school. It says Kimberly told news that Kayla had been on probation. You know what? See, they never say whether she's
I'm honestly, because that's a faded ass rainbow in that sweater. Like she just might like rainbows, man. I don't know.
Well, you know what it is? Okay, now I get it. What it seems is this. Okay, according to her, a school counselor gave Kayla a book called Gay Girl, Good God, by an author who claims God stopped her from being a lesbian. And Kayla had to meet weekly with the counselor to discuss the book before she was expelled. See, they never go into whether the girl is gay or not. So this is my thought. This is my thought on it. I believe. I don't believe she just. I don't believe she just like rainbows. What I believe is right now in society. No, I'm just saying. Right now, in society, being gay is almost like a fad. So it's like Juneteenth. Like if she would have had a Juneteenth cake, oh, it's Juneteenth. Look, a red, and green cake. It's almost commercialized. So I'm thinking like she just chose it as a theme, like you said. Like I think she knew it wasn't just about rainbows, but I think she chose the gay theme as a theme of her party. Like I'm gonna do the gay theme, not that she's even gay, not that
rainbows. They had the Roy G.
Like
Bill get rainbow on their cake.
Right, almost like the McDonaldization of Juneteenth. Juneteenth is like McDonald's now. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't surprise me if I seen a little white kid, hey, I'm having a Juneteenth party, and they got red, black, and green cake, and you know what I'm saying? It's a theme. So I'm thinking her mother let her do this, her parent let her do this as a theme, or it could be the media protecting her sexual preference. Like you said, like we say, people should know what her preference is anyway. That's her fucking preference, right? So even if she is a lesbian, or that should be our knowledge. So maybe they protect.
Hey, she only 15, so I'm pretty sure she ain't practicing. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I just see a kid that like rainbow. It could have easily been strawberry shortcake, in my opinion.
That's true. But, that's true. Punky Brewster. But I'm saying,
kind of in the sky, though.
But I'm saying I think that I think it was more so. I think this was more so. This could have been more so a clickbait thing that her parents let her do because they have a problem with the Christian school. Now y'all chose to send y'all daughter to a Christian school, but y'all have a problem with the policies there. So why are you sending her to a Christian school? You get what I'm saying? Like that makes no sense to me. Like most private Christian schools, I went to Catholic school. I'm not a Catholic. Most private schools have rules set aside. If they're religious, you got to go with their religion. Like I was a Baptist like a motherfucker, going to church Sundays. And then when I was confused when I was a kid. Then I would go to mass at school. You see what I'm saying? So, but my mother sent me to the Catholic school because they had a better education and a higher educational standard than the public school, Gary. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got sent there, and me and a lot of black kids, you know what I'm saying? We weren't necessarily Catholics, and I do know some blacks that was going there that were Catholics. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, I think it's like this. Her parents know what the fuck they was doing. They just trying to pull a clout. I think that's like some clickbait clout chasing stuff, because it's like almost like you saying, okay, even though I don't agree with all what y'all do at this Christian school, I'm gonna send my kid there. You know what I'm saying? And now when the Christian school clap back and say, hey, that's against our moral policy, we don't associate with that lifestyle here. Now you got a problem. Oh, guys, you guys gotta be more inclusive. Why do they have to change? Why can't you just send your kid to a public school where maybe that's more normalized? You know what I'm saying?
If I was an appeals lawyer, what about that party made it gay just because it was rainbows? That's the lens I'm looking at this through. Like, I mean, rainbows might be her bag. That don't just having a rainbow colored theme for your birthday party don't make it affiliated with the LGBTQA plus or whatever.
That's true. That is very much true. But with the what would you say, cultural rules or unspoken rules, we associate.
We get into the zeitgeist talk now.
No, right. We associate that flag with gayness, because remember at one time the gay people stole that flag from Jesse Jackson. That was Rainbow Push Coalition.
Yeah, the Rainbow Coalition gang.
Yeah, that was Jesse Jackson's. Remember the Rainbow Push Coalition? They had that was their flag, the different colors.
Yeah,
the gay community co-opted that and stole that from them.
Who they jacked good, did they?
You get what I'm saying? So is you true what you said? If you're an attorney, yeah, you could flex it like that and say, well, that doesn't necessarily shit. Mork and Mindy, more the red, white, and blue suspenders. I had a pair of them motherfuckers as a kid. You know what I'm saying? It had one hand had the little hand that went like this, and the other one had a circle. The Mork and Mindy. Remember, the one hand had the hand like this on there, and the other one had the little circle thing. I had them Mork and Mindy suspenders. I kid you not, I had, and they was red. They was rainbow, but back then that didn't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga. That didn't mean shit back then. But you're right. You're right. They might have a case because, hey, shit your ass. He's a
I'm trying to slip that. I'm trying to slip
it. Hell nah. It was just like you could, back then you could just like rainbows and shit, like you said. But it's just like I think they did that on purpose to try to have some kind of discrimination case against the school so they can get money. I think that's a money it's a money move right here. I don't think this is nothing
school with the cheese,
but a money move. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I don't think there's nothing but a money, because why would you give your kid a gay themed party and your kid go to a Christian school where you sent them? And I know for a fact y'all looked up this Christian school.
There, man. I'm telling you, that just might be a rainbow thing, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of buttercream on that cake too.
Well, no, it's just not. It's not just the only reason it's not just a rainbow thing, because the mother is saying that the school has a problem with LGBTQ. I forgot I left that part out. My bad. The mother, yeah, no, the mother. I know that's what you was thinking. You like, well, they ain't saying that, but yeah, the mother. My bad, bro. The mother said that the school has a problem with LGBTQ stuff, so that's what I'm thinking.
That's a big piece of,
because they kind of caping like it's like. In the end, the mother didn't really say, well, she just like rainbow, because they would be the first thing you like, damn, my daughter just like rainbows. She always like Punky Brewster and Rainbow Bright and shit. I put her up on that shit, you know what I'm saying? She just like that. But yeah, Punky Brewster had the rainbow game too. But she's not saying that. She says the mother is saying the school has a problem. In this day and age, why does the school have a problem with LGBTQ plus lifestyle? That's what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? So it says, look, she even throwing people who smoke e-cigarettes under the bus. They said they need to worry about people who getting caught with e-cigarettes, but it was the rainbow shirt that put the school over the edge. They claimed her decision had nothing to do with Kayla's sexuality. It says some students were uncomfortable with her daughter's perceived sexuality. So basically, that's what I'm saying. She's trying to play. She's trying to play both ends. Like, look, they sending their daughter to school with rainbow.
The parents got her involved in a serious game, man.
That's, man. They look. These are the same people who put. Remember the whole scholarship scholarship thing that went down. These are the same people who did that, man. Remember Harvard? Remember the celebrities that went to jail for the admission scheme. These are the people. These are the same people who. These are the same people who do admission schemes for their kids and their society. So it ain't too far for me to stretch. Like, think about it. It said that before that, she sent the daughter into school with a rainbow shirt, and the classmates had a problem with it. But they said her students perceived, she said, so this is what she probably telling her kid: wear all the gay shit to school. Let them perceive that you're gay. They don't know. That's not their business. Because she know in her head, we can get a bag off of this shit.
They're playing long con, boy. That's the long con.
I think that's a long con. Man, let us know down below what your thoughts is. You agree with Swag and say maybe she's just like rainbow, she just on some Punky Brewster shit? Or do you think she got there was another ulterior?
I was rooting for that until you said that last bit of information.
Yeah, man, because the mother brought that up. Okay. Like, I feel like, I don't know, man. They might have had a money move on that. And the last story, this is the official last story. I know y'all love us to be here. This is the official last story for this one. This brother right here, the brothers down in Mississippi, they got yeah, man, they look like Carlos Miller a little bit. They
look like Ernest.
Hell yeah. Oh, Vern. Yeah, yeah. Mississippi sheriff's deputies fired after black men alleged torture and attempted sexual assault and $400 million lawsuit. One of the men was nearly killed when an officer put a gun in his mouth and pulled the trigger. Um, Mississippi sheriff, it says two men, Michael Jenkins, who we saw earlier, 32, and Eddie Parker filed the $400 million federal lawsuit against Rankin County Sheriff's Department this month. The lawsuit describes the county's alleged actions as one of the worst and most bizarre incidents of police misconduct in U.S. history. Recent developments, including findings during the internal investigation, these deputies are still employed by the department and are now all terminated. So after they fucked up actions, they still let them be employed. To just recently now they got fired. It says one of the men, because they were saying one of the men got shot in the mouth. He put the gun in the dude's mouth and shot him. We understand that the alleged actions of the deputies have been eroded. Let's see here. Hold on. I want to go back to what they did to these brothers. It says men in their backs pour water on their faces in an effort to waterboard them. The lawsuit claims they were sexually assaulted. They sexually assaulted them with a sex toy. Buck breaking. The lawsuit alleges that the officers lobbed race-based insult at the men and angrily accused them of dating white women. They allegedly handcuffed and beat the men before they shot them with the taser 20 to 30 times in a sadistic contest with each other as to see which taser would be the most effective when fired against these two victims. Multiple deputies put their guns to the men's heads and threatened to kill them. The evening ended with an officer put a gun in Jenkins' mouth while he was handcuffed. The gunshot allegedly shattered Jenkins' jaw and severely lacerated his tongue. Several of Jenkins' arteries were severely damaged. He almost died. He was then left alone to seek aid. They didn't even take him to the hospital.
They left him to die.
Damn. So they accused him of dating white women. They bound him up. This is some shit like you heard in the 50s and 60s lynching. They accused him of dating white women. Oh, you was shit. Yeah. They accused him of dating white women. They bound him up. They assaulted him with sex toys, buck breaking, like the movie Buck Breaking by Brother Tariq Nasheed talks about that. That they did like the slave masters would sexually assault the slaves back then too, and they were gay. They were gay slave owners who would sexually assault their slaves and rape them in front of all the other slaves. They would take the biggest slave and rape and spread him out, spread eagle, rape him in front of everybody. So they would show his power. Like, look, if I did this to him and he the biggest one of y'all all better get in line. So this is modern day buck breaking. Assaulted these brothers with sex toys, shot one of them out, put the gun in his mouth, blew his jaw out. The dude almost died. He lived. So what are your thoughts on this case? This is one of the brothers here that I'm showing. I think, yeah, you see his jaws where it's shot. You can see it where he's messed up right there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just another clear case, man, of people. It's like your cousin. What's your cousin that's running Scott? The Coon Scott, not the real Scott. You know, you come from the good Scott family. Not, the Coon Scott that's running. He said, "There's no racism in America."
I said that's it. No relation.
Right, no relation. So he said there ain't no racism in America. But then you see this happen recently where two brothers, they getting sexually assaulted, accused of dating white women, getting guns. They said multiple officers put guns to their head. And then one of them also put his gun in the dude's mouth and shot him. So
yeah, I thought he was gonna die, and then it's gonna be their story against his, and that didn't pan out for him.
Right. You hit it on the head. They thought, like, man, if he died, we good.
Yep.
So they got $400 lawsuit and more. Hope they get $500
million. Oh yeah, that's some generational wealth right there, nigga.
Yeah, $200 million a piece. Hope they get $5, getting $250 each. Shoot. But yeah, man. And another thing, you know, what's always common, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing in her book, The ISIS Papers, talk about white men's obsession with the black man's fallacies on a psychological level. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing was a psychologist, black psychologist. She, you know, had those type of degrees. And you see it, you think about that. People are like, "Oh man, we're not in fear." You know, white dudes say we don't care about your fallacy, but the first thing they do is sexually assault these dudes with a sex toy.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing back in slavery days they would do when they hang you, they would cut off your manhood and put it in your mouth or stuff it in their mouth. Or they always have an obsession because they know that they're, or they may know in some ways they're inferior on that level. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all. I'm just saying
on the virility side of the game.
On the virility side of the game, right? Because it's why is that? Why is they? It seems like they always do that. They always go to sexual nature. It's like, damn, dude, you already beat me up, and assault me. Now you gotta assault me with a sex toy because you think I'm dating white women. Like, oh, you like our women? I'm gonna show you something. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. Like I said, I think that reparations, once again, reparations need to be had. And this ain't about a racism. Like, it's again, ain't a racism suit. It's about a lineage, lineage based. But definitely, these brothers shouldn't have to go get that. These brothers shouldn't have to go through that. Still going through that in 2023, man. So what has changed? You know what I'm saying? People say, "Oh, it's better for y'all than it was back then." Yeah, to some degree. Yeah, we ain't slaves no more.
Yeah.
I mean, but is it right? Is it really better? Because to me, these things like this shouldn't even be happening. If it's better, stuff like this shouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Donald Byrd, remember Donald Byrd back in Jasper, Texas, got lynched, pulled from a damn truck by some white back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? You know, pulled apart. You know, they would throw us on the horse back in the day and had the horse hit the horse.
Quarter.
Right. So, I mean, you know, I don't see how you could sit and even if you're in a different community, I don't see how you could sit by and say this is okay, or sit by and say, you know, well, that's only one out of a million, or sit by and say, well, maybe they did something. That's the reason why I don't see how you could sit by and say, or even have pride in your people, to knowing that they out here doing shit to people that look like me and swag like this. You know what I'm saying? But how you help if you're on the other side of the coin, and you know, and you like, well, you know, I ain't against y'all. I'm with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Well, you need to be speaking out. You need to be helping us push for reparations. You need to be giving us intel. Like Brother Tree said, how you can help is give us intel and what they trying to do against us. So, shout out to Brother Tree. Yeah, you know, I'm with that. That's what I'm saying. And shout out to Brother Dewan B too. My brother Dewan B, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you both. You know, Brother Zoe. Shout out to Brother Zoe. OG Zoe, you know. But yeah, man, that, you know, you see stuff like this happening, and you see, you know, people look like, you know, my people, FBAs, you know, going out like this. I mean, these dudes probably wasn't even doing nothing. You know, I don't even know if they even got even one of them dating a white woman. They could just be just making that shit up, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's one of the sheriff's sisters or cousins or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was personal. Oh, I know my little cousin, or my daughter ain't messing with one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, to you know, this should be eye opening to everybody, especially our coon brothers and sisters. Like, to be like, ain't no racism. What you talking about? You should be slapped. Somebody slap the shit out of you if you black and you talking about ain't no damn racism. So you should just wake up to a getting slapped the shit out of. You know what I'm saying?
Some of that,
you know, I mean, because I mean, that's crazy, man. We live in a country where, you know what I'm saying, you can't even You know what I'm saying? People still tripping on the color of your skin, man. You know, and yeah, and you know, nothing against any other group that's trying to get whatever they trying to get, but how dare you sit up here and compare your group to ours? Talking about some oh, we've been through so much. How? Y'all ain't been through shit compared to what my group been through. You know, I'm not trying to compare atrocities, but at the same time, it hasn't stopped for us. That's the difference. It ain't stopped for us. The shit is ongoing. Some of y'all groups says the shit didn't stop for you, slow down. You ain't dealing with it. You honorary, you know what I'm saying? Caucasianites and shit. You know, so y'all get those benefits. But for my people, this shit ain't stopped, man. This shit is every fucking day. So I think we just as a people and a society, we gotta, you know, for you, for anybody to sit up here and say, "Hey, y'all shouldn't get this. Tell me what my group should get. Y'all shouldn't have that, and y'all shouldn't group that." You choke yourself. You know what I'm saying? Choke yourself. Put yourself. Just choke yourself. Like, because there's no way Mississippi now, and people say, "Well, that's Mississippi." Well, it shouldn't even be like that, right? Because this ain't the 50s. This ain't the 40s. This ain't the 30s, 20s. This is 2023, and it's still going down. You know what I mean? So leave your comments below. Let us know what you think. We get quiet like this. You know it's an atrocity. Swag don't say that. He like, man, that's some bullshit. But leave your comments down below. Leave your comments down below. We're gonna wrap this session up, man. I'm gonna say reparations now, lineage based, cash payments on to start cash payments, lineage based. You can't give me education and you can't steal wealth, kill, murder my people. Bomb. The only time the U.S. has been bombed was Black Wall Street. Bombed the U.S. and then said, "Hey, fuck y'all. Well, let me give you education. Let me give you education." No, fuck it. That could be later down the line. Tax breaks and all that shit. Y'all got to come with that paper. Y'all got to come with that bag. You know what I'm saying? The average black household makes less than 100,000 a year. With the average white household, they in the millions and shit. Due to that, and that ain't hard work. That's laws. That's affirmative action for them. And laws. I mean, because even the slaveholders got reparations. Slaveholders said we need to be compensated for our property leaving.
Yeah, they got reparations. So. They got reparations right away.
Exactly. So
before 1870 type shit.
Oh, you know it. So definitely, y'all know what it is. Reparations now. Definitely take care of each other. Try to be, especially all my people, even all my people in the diaspora. You know what I'm saying? For the diaspora, we love everybody. I mean, I love Jamaica. I love learning about different cultures of black folks. You know what I'm saying? But what we not gonna have, y'all can't go hate on our shit over here in America and tell us we ain't got no culture when we are the culture, when we influence everything from here to across the sea. So we just all gotta, you know what I'm saying, be respectful of each other's cultures. You know what I'm saying? And know who the enemy is and who we're fighting and what we're fighting for. And on that note, I'm gonna end it. Swag, you want to say your last words?
Man, salute. Y'all have a good holiday. Be safe and don't blow any of your fingers off.
Definitely don't do that. Yep. Definitely get with the family. Get full of that barbecue. Get full of that food. Get some itis in you. Take a good nap. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see you next again, as they say, on Weekend High Podcast, man. Peace out.